Mr. Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor, Member of Council, members of the public, thank you folks for being here with us and supporting local government and supporting Covington, Virginia. A few highlights over the last little bit. First, I wanted to give a big shout out to Lisa Worley and Becky Knuckles for continuing to do a super job looking after myself. Becky, of course, handling clerk work as well as city manager administrative work, and Lisa Worley for stepping up and doing an absolutely wonderful job in our Parks and Recreation Department right now. We appreciate her number of hours that she's been putting in and the direction that we're heading. So it's important that I shout those two ladies out for a super job. Also, while I'm thinking about our ladies here at City Hall, we just wrapped up our fiscal year. We're into a new one, but closing out the old one is quite the challenge, and working with a few departments can be challenging. And I just can't say enough about Susan and Chrissy and Lori and Sylvia. Just a wonderful job that BB staff has done and continues to do, keeping us straight with budgets and spending. We just completed our July the 4th celebration. Wonderful evening, outstanding entertainment, fireworks, food, kid activities. But I want to shout out to our police department, our public works department, and our recreation department. We were overwhelmed with traffic that evening, and we did a wonderful job of directing, getting it in, as well as getting it out. And for every one that may not have liked it, there were two that were very complimentary. So kudos to our people for handling that massive traffic over there on Edgemont Drive on July the 4th. A very good evening for all, and from my understanding, on early the next morning I touched base with our police department, and we had a relatively peaceful July the 4th evening here in Covington, Virginia. So thanks to all of our citizens for being behaved. The couple things coming up. First night out is August the 6th. That falls on our work session night, so we'll see, Becky and I will see how things come about. But again, it's important that we're down at Main Street Park in support of our police department and first night out, so we'll keep you all in the loop with that. But that is Tuesday, August the 6th. And then our next big event in downtown will be our street scene event, which is then the second Saturday in August. So, and I think this is, I want to say number 48. But again, a long-running tradition in our community, and we look forward again to that event. Our committee on the wall that heals met again. We do this every few weeks, and a shout out to people in Covington, Allegheny County, Clifton Forge, Lexington, Buena Vista, Rockridge County. We have a group of folks that are very dedicated to this event, and I want to shout out to all those that have made monetary contributions to the VFW for this event. We have submitted our funds for the wall that heals, and now we have funds to do some other nice things with. This will be an absolutely wonderful event, not only for the city of Covington, but for this entire region in Mid-Atlantic. As I told you, we are North Carolina, Asheville, and Covington, Virginia are the only two in the Mid-Atlantic area to support the wall that heals. And just tell you how important it is to some. I understood at our meeting the other morning that a fellow comrade of Gary Miller's, who lives in Kentucky, plans to be here for several days. So this event means a lot to a lot of people, and I'm proud to say that Covington will be a host, and the people that are working to make this a wonderful, wonderful event. Robert Shiflett. Robert retired from us on June 30th. Bob worked with us at our wastewater treatment plant and then transferred over to our cemetery. Not one for public appearance, so I told him that I was going to shout out to him on this given night. We have presented him with his plaque and his gift from the city, and a hug and many thanks. until you've worked at a cemetery, you don't know what weed eating is all about. So he's a gentleman that did a wonderful job for us at Cedar Hill, and I applaud all of our people that work. And those up at Cedar Hill, you don't get through mowing one area and over to complete another before you're back over to the area you started with. And in the name of inheriting an old cemetery, there's a lot of stones that are not in a straight row, so that makes mowing even a little tougher, and the trimming and the weed eating. And our guys do a super job up there. And when we have a damp, wet spring like we just did, and the number of concerns from the way the grounds look was zero, that tells me that we're doing a wonderful job. And we do get poked at a little bit. You know, we know that bears like plastic. We do not tear people's flowers up, but every now and then a bear will come down across the interstate and get into somebody's plastic flowers and have a good time. So, but again, a big shout out to Robert and wish him well in his retirement. Did let y'all know our pocket park is finished up. We had good attendance there the day we cut the ribbon, so to speak. I've already had some conversation with the two restaurants that are adjacent. I have local folks that I've already been in contact with. Just a little bit of music to be performed down there, so we're off to a good start with our pocket park. And again, as we tell folks, we're going to bring the horse to water. Others need to help drink it, and I'm glad to say that the horse has been brought to water down there, and people are busy doing some fun things with our little pocket park down there. A really nice place. Turned out extremely well. Lexington Avenue Sewer Project, by the time we close out Friday, we should be to the point of finishing up. Now, we do have some patching and a little bit of sidewalk work and some seeding of Covington Middle School, but that project has gone along very well. We were able to make use of the soils that came from there. If you haven't been up by Maple Avenue, we have been busy with fill on the former Collins property, hotel property. So the fill is in, it's already been graded, and we began today with bringing in topsoil. So I met with staff on two different sites, Maple Avenue and over at the Sport Complex, and we've got a game plan that involves several different employees and departments to make these things happen in a lickety-split fashion, because as we look ahead, just a reminder, we're only 5 months from Christmas and 4 months from hunting season, so we know what happens in Southwest Virginia in the middle of November through the month of December. So we got a lot of work to get done over the next couple of months. Casey Field locker room project moved along very well. We've already done one floor pour, and the next pour is Thursday, I believe. So once those happen, you'll start seeing block work go up, and we'll be moving right along there. Camera van and refuge truck has been ordered. The camera van hopefully to be here first part of September, as we anxiously get involved in our $6 million grant project of our sewer study. As you all have seen, Columbia Gas is certainly moving along on Marion and our side streets, and now they're on Craig. So we'll follow behind them as we need to. And in our farmers market, for those that hadn't had a chance to come down on Saturdays, it is a real busy venue on Saturday mornings. Alan Dressler would like to see us sell a few more maters and potatoes and cucumbers Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but we'll cross that bridge here in the near future. So again, a lot of wonderful things. Finally, I just want to make mention that our folks up in Northern Virginia that have ties to the university in Blacksburg, the VTARC, have contacted myself, have contacted our private portion of our public-private relationship on Lexington with the Nettleton, and they are planning to come down and we begin to put our STEM project together, looking at their support with grants and working with our school system to make that happen. So excited about that. And then in the name of working with the University of Virginia Tech, sorry, Lance, we Had a telephone call from the folks that Alan worked with 25 years ago when we just did a conceptual drawing of the Jackson River Sport Complex. Our students have received a very nice brownfield grant, and they were looking at localities to invest that money and their time. We were the very first to raise our hand to volunteer, so we're on the list. Terry and I immediately came up with 4 properties to look into, one of which is our Edgemont building on Park Street. So I think that with that being said, if we're fortunate enough to work with the students and the brownfield money, get in there and do a study and get some direction, and hopefully in the not too distant future we can have a direction for that facility over there. It's important to that facility that we give it life. So anyway, that's about it in a nutshell. Eric, thank him. He's here this evening with us. He and Terry, back to the Gauntlet program, are guiding a young lady that is in the catering business, the Friendly Fork. I think we have a ribbon cutting coming up pretty soon.
In the month, yeah.
All right.
It's been in the month, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so we're excited for the Friendly Fork and her location on Main Street. So again, thanks to Eric and his guidance with Julie and Mike, and again, we're excited to see another building filled up on Main Street. Covington, we're moving in a good direction, and we appreciate our citizens' support as we continue to move forward. Any questions? Yes, sir.
One question. Oh, go ahead.
What was the date of that wall being?
October 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
3rd through the 6th.
Yeah.
24/7.
And yes, it is 24/7. As BB just mentioned, it is throughout the night. There will be people over there in ultimate silence that sit through the entire evening and, of course, daylight hours.
It might be a dumb question, but I'll ask it anyway. The sewer work at Nettleton, were there no lines there to begin with, or did they have septic tanks, or?
There were no lines. There was a line, but it did not go into a dedicated sanitary system.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So, and
Because I was trying to put it together in my head, that was a business for so long and
Yes.
didn't have, okay, that makes sense, okay.
So, we've had, of course, our folks with our department was the first to identify it. Then we had our engineering, our contractual engineers on hand, and they shook their head, and that's yes. So now we're in good shape. In good shape.
Cool.
Any questions from public? Thank you, Preacher Beans, for being here this evening. Thank you very much. All right, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.